So what I'm going to be doing is something I've been wanting to do. And that is, we are going to be showing you guys how I taught Kamani to trot to me at Liberty. And what you're going to need, if your horse likes food and isn't very pushy and doesn't nip, you can get some treats. If they're extremely pushy and nips, you don't want to use treats. All right, let's grab her halter. I know you guys can't see me. I hope you can hear me though. Come here, mamas. So I always try to give her a treat when I catch her, just to make it a fun thing for her. You can use a favorite part that they like to be scratched or a break. Anything can be a reward. Today's video is how I taught Kamani to trot to me at Liberty. Notice I'm not picking up on the line. She's staying right with me. I would start off in a halter. If your horse doesn't like treats, you don't have to use treats. You can use scratching them. You can use just letting them breathe. I had a cookie. She's kind of half awake right now. And the next thing I did was send her out on the lunge, step back, tap her shoulder or her where her girth goes, her drive line, give her her trot signal, and back away from her at a faster pace. And if she followed at the trot, she got the treat. If not, I just kept tapping and kissing until I got the trot. Even if she didn't come straight to me, which she still doesn't come straight to me all the time, we're working on it, she still got the treat for coming to me or at me. So let's demonstrate that. So let's send her out. She's a little on the tired side. So what I'm going to do is get her going just a little faster, and I'm going to tap on that shoulder. There. Ooh. Good. So pretty much I'm going to tap at that shoulder like this and give that cue until she comes in to me. Notice how she didn't come directly to me, but she did follow me. So see how she's not trotting? There, whoa. That's another way you can do it. You can kind of back up, pull them to you, and keep tapping until they trot. Just gonna have her follow me for a minute. Start off kind of slow. So here she left. I'm gonna disengage that hip by going at her hip. Call her in. Good. So I'm gonna reward her for coming in. You guys can see it's not easy. We've only done it a few times, and she's done it once in the big pasture, trotting to me. All the way. There. Because what I was doing was rewarding her try, but then she started stopping a couple steps short, which we don't want. So let's take off her halter, see what we get. Hope the microphone's working. So see, she follows me. Ask her to back up. There. So see how she's leaving? I'm just going to keep calling her. There. So since she left, I didn't want to reward her leaving. Her last thing that she did was leave, and then she would have had to walk back to me, which means I would have been rewarding her leaving and walking back to me. What'd you jump for? Leaving and walking back. So I just asked her to trot beside me, and she's like, I got that. So that was her treat. That was her reward. You can, after they start to pick up the basics, you can start being more picky. Because if you're not going to be picky, well, like a minute ago when she stopped trotting to me a couple steps before she was to me, that's where I would be teaching her is not to trot completely up to me. The other day, and then when I asked her to trot to me, she trotted all the way from that fence down at the road to me. Good girl. Now, she did this the other day. See how she trotted, but she went into the barn. That's fine. The barn is a draw, which some people don't understand. That's their shelter, that's their shade, that's where they keep cool, that's where their food is, that's where they're fed. Come on-y! So she ignores me. I'm gonna push her out. So you can see she has the concept of trotting to me. It's just coming actually to me instead of into the barn. So I'm gonna try to come in front of the barn here. And we'll try it this way. I think I'm at my limit. So let's call her back. Now she doesn't always come when called. That's another thing we're working on. So guys, liberty isn't all perfection. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of frustration, a lot of the horse saying, screw you, I don't want to do it. It's a waiting game. Okay, so I'm going to push her a little bit. Come on. Really kind of get after her because she's ignoring me. And now I'm going to whistle. There we go. There. Good. That was really, really good. It took her a while to come to me, but what happened when I asked for that kiss? She did it. There, when she kind of leaves, she can leave. She's welcome to leave, but she doesn't get to leave and push up on me. You see how she trots right back to the barn? That's fine. That's normal. She's just wanting to go to the barn to get out of it. But I'm not forcing her. Right now, there is no force. I might cut her drive line off, but that's pretty much the only thing I can do right now to really control where she's going. So you guys see, it's not always easy. It's not, I teach it once and boom, she's got it. You can see she trotted to me the first time, but where'd she go? Right where she is right now, in the barn. The second time, you've seen how much it took me to get her to move to pay attention to me, but guess what? She trotted a couple steps to me. I'm gonna reward that behavior because that's what I'm asking. Okay, so again, here I am just calling her to me. She's ignoring, so I'm going to kind of push on her a little bit, and then she finally does follow and trot. So the key thing is to back up and eventually wean off that whip movement at the shoulder, as I'll talk about in the end. Pay attention, but once she gets it, she really, really gets it. I'm going to take off the whip, and all I'm going to do is kiss at her while backing up. That seems to really draw her in. Ooh, good girl. Good girl. So that worked out really, really well. Let's yield her hindquarters. She wants to leave. I'm going to push her. Cut her off. I'm going to kind of ask her to stick with me for a minute. Push her out of the barn. I know you guys can't see right here. Ooh, good girl. Good girl. I want the food, so a draw to food rather than a draw to me, which is normal in horses. We're replaced by food all the time and other horse mates. But you can see when I back up and she knows I have a treat, that really intrigues her. So that's what really works. So I don't really have to spank at her shoulder. Eventually, what I would do is start taking away the spank at the shoulder and kind of spanking beside the shoulder. And then if they don't come to that, go back to tapping them and just slowly kind of mix in that tapping beside them. And that's how I eventually was able to stop smacking her shoulder. I wasn't like spanking her, but just tapping. And that's how I got her to come, because you back away when you're calling them. So if you back away and do it, eventually you just have to take away that whip movement, and most of the time I just go like that and she's right with me. So yeah, that is Kamani trotting to me, how I taught it and where we're at now. Bye guys.